Hey everybody, sorry these took so long to get out, but we do have the full World Tours coming out for Goku here, the new 23rd World Tournament Goku. First up in the GT Red Zone, we have Legic. Nothing really significant to say here. Goku is Tech, Legic is is AGL. Legic sucks. I don't really remember anything significant happening here in the GT Red Zone. All of these went really smoothly. You can see here, I mean, there's literally nothing Legic can do to us, so Goku makes short work of Legic here, so enjoy the rest of the video. I don't even know if I need to speed this one up. I probably will just to get through with it quickly. We're going to try to put all of these on 2x speed just to get through them and watch them, so let me know what you guys think here about Legic. Alright, hopping in again, we've got Lude. Again, nothing really, important to say here about Lude. All of these, really pretty much everything in the GT Red Zone now, I don't want to say it's free, but there's nothing really hard here anymore. If you're going to notice, by the way, that I ran pretty much the same team throughout, the entirety of all of these runs, just because I was pretty happy with the team composition, and I was like, I mean, this can no item pretty much every stage, so I just didn't really feel the need to change it. Orange Piccolo, of course, is just like the big anchor on the team that I can always trust and depend on. Goku, as we'll come to find out in some of the other Red Zone runs, I never really want to rely on him, and I'll go into detail about that later. But again, there's nothing really significant here to talk about with Lude. Pretty simple fight. Goku makes pretty short work of him. So enjoy the rest of the video. I don't know which OST I'm going to play, but enjoy whichever OST I pick, and let me know what you guys think about this Lude fight here. Alright, next up we do have Lude. Not a very difficult fight, but, I'm sorry, not, Lude. I just did Lude. Next up we have Rildo here. Rildo is a boss that, I don't want to say he can be difficult, but he can be a little bit tricky, just because he does hit decently hard, and, he has, a lock and a seal, but I did not find Lude to be very, I keep calling him Lude, this is Rildo. I did not find Rildo to be very challenging in this fight. I mean, he does have defensive lowering, he hits decently hard, he's got annoying abilities, but whatever I think about hard bosses in the red zone that lock you out of your abilities, I think of the Cooler Core, and I think of Bojack. Those are two fights that can just really mess with you in terms of the locks and the seals that they're doing. Rildo here just can't really compete with those guys. Again, he has this int phase at the beginning that I guess could be spooky for Goku, but not really, and he goes into an AGL phase after this, so you can get Goku's pretty well built up, and then going into the last phase, it's not really a worry. So made pretty short work of General Rildo here. Let me know what you guys think. Enjoy the rest of this little video. And next we'll be hopping into Baby, so stay tuned. Alright, next up we have Baby here. Now this could have been a tricky fight because if Goku doesn't guard, right, then this is a tricky fight because Baby has the AoE int phase where he is just, attacking you with really, I don't want to say it's powerful AoEs, but can't this guy super, I don't know, I feel like Baby could have been tricky here just because Goku's tech and you're relying on a, 50% chance to guard later on in the fight. But I don't remember having any issues here with the Baby fight. Right now I'm kind of watching it back. I'm going to kind of skip through it just so that I can see if there was anything significant that kind of happened here. I don't remember anything significant happening in this fight. I don't even know if we revived. I remember this being a pretty chill run. Of course, we have Ultimate Gohan, who can nullify any key. Actually, both of these guys, the Goku can nullify key-based attacks, and I believe both the Grade 8 Baby and the Int Baby, both phases are Key Blast, I believe. So Goku does have a 50% chance to just nullify those. So really, as long as he's, safe against normals, which he should be, and he's nullifying the super attacks, you really have nothing to worry about in this fight. And I remember this being a pretty smooth run. If it wasn't, let me know in the comments below. I'm trying to skim through it as fast as I can. Oh, we did actually get the standby in this, and I actually did link the... So whenever you standby, just like whenever you transform, you can link same name characters together. So I actually did that here, just because whenever you stand by, you get the Scouter as well, so we knew where the super attack was. Looks like it was at the end there against the Grade 8 Baby. And we were able to, put Krillin in slot 1, get his passive up, do a lot of damage. Then we had my Goku in slot 2, who was able to get a lot of damage in, just because he had all 7 links active, linked with himself and support from basically himself, right, the other Goku. And then we were able to revive at the end. So that's actually a pretty good strategy that you can do with this Goku that just so happened to happen in this video. I knew something like that happened in one of these runs, and I couldn't remember which one it was. Looks like it was the Baby fight here, so... it looks like we were guarding anyway, so not a big deal, but anyway, let me know what you guys think about the Baby fight. Let me know if you had trouble doing this, if you tried it with the Goku team. But it looks like it went just fine for me, so let me know what you think of the rest of the video. Thank you for watching, and we're going to hop into the 17 fight next. Alright, next up we have Super 17. Like I kind of mentioned earlier in one of these commentaries, the GT Red Zone is just not built to like handle a lot of these new units. There's just nothing that any of these units can really do to like affect you, like hurt your units. Like there's just not much they can do. You know, Omega's supposed to be the toughest boss in this fight, but like his final phase is a countdown super attack that you can plan around and is a Ki Blast. And this team that I'm running has like 3 Ki Blast nullification characters on it, so there's just not much that we can do here. I think I do forget that 17 like absorbs Ki Blast super attacks, and I use the Bakanko Sapo from Beast Gohan on him, and like it heals him, but it literally doesn't matter, and it does like do the attack break. So again, it doesn't matter. Like effectively, it results in nothing other than just a little bit of healing and a little bit of stalling by Super 17. I don't think anybody on this team actually does a Ki-based super attack. I think they're all like melee or other or whatever. So there's just nothing Super 17 can do to stop us. So enjoy the rest of this fight. Again, none of these are really very difficult. If you're struggling with any of these fights and you want me to try different team builds, let me know. I'm happy to do that. But this was the team build I used. It was pretty cohesive, so let me know what you guys think, and we're going to catch in with the Shadow Dragon fight next. Alright, next up we have the Shadow Dragons fight, and again, I remember this one being a really smooth run. A lot of these runs I was actually watching like a Resident Evil 2 playthrough while I was watching some of these, so there might be some turns where I'm like stalled out, or like maybe I reset my phone a little bit in some of these. I don't actually remember what goes on in these. I just remember that like the GT Red Zone, I was just like sitting around basically like watching playthroughs and just chilling. So, I don't know, if something crazy happens, you know, tag the timestamp, and I'm happy to commentate on it and watch it back. You know, I'm kind of just skimming through this a little bit on each one, just so I can kind of see, like, get an idea of what happened, and all of these look pretty standard in the GT Red Zone, so doesn't look like anything crazy happened. But you know, if something crazy happens, let me know, and I'm happy to commentate on it just in the comments afterwards. So enjoy the rest of the fight, and we're gonna hop in with the last one with Omega next. Alright, last up we have Omega, who is just not really a tough fight anymore. As you guys know, I mentioned this, I'm retiring Omega from my world tour, like, videos. Maybe, like, if people just really want me to run Omega, I can keep doing it, but I just don't really see the point anymore. I think there's harder fights, I think there's more fun fights, interesting fights that we can do. Specifically, I think I'm going to add the Gammas into the rotation instead. I might add another fight too. I think just generally going forward, what I want to do with showcases is maybe start out with like Cell, Frieza, or I feel like there's another one that I could do that would be good to start out with. I can't think of, maybe the Shadow Dragon fight, the one that we just got finished with. Like, do one of those three for like the initial showcase and just kind of give my thoughts about what I think the character's going to do, and then, you know, do my standard like 3 red zone stages. I like to do the original, well, before I like to do the original 3, so I guess it would be like one of the long ones, and then Broly in the core on day 1, and then day 2 do the 2 Cell Max events, the red zone and the Cell Max, like the original Cell Max event plus the Gammas. And I think I could kind of break my world tour into that. And then for characters that I really like these Gokus and this Piccolo Jr., I can do these full world tours where it's just like, okay, let's just see how they do across the entire game because I'm enjoying using them. And I just want to get more footage of them out on the channel. I'm sure more people would like to see, like, hey, I pulled these characters. You know, I haven't been able to clear X red zone stage. How do they perform in there? I think, like, these big banners like this are very important. You know, like, I don't necessarily need to do this with Kale because, like, there's not going to be new players joining the game and summoning for Kale. Like, maybe there are, but if you're a new player, I'm going to advise you not to summon on banners like Kale. Wait for these, like, Golden Week type banners, the Anniversary, Worldwide Download Celebration, Tanabata, these New Year's, these big major celebrations that typically, like, introduce, I don't want to say, like, a new power creep into the game, but characters that are just, like, better and more fun into the game, if that makes sense. Actually, it's just better. Like, generally those celebrations are the ones where we're getting characters that are kind of pushing the meta forward, so that's kind of where you should be saving stones, is these major banners like this. So, you know, that's kind of a whole the purpose, is like, okay, we're probably going to have an influx of new players or players that are just now summoning on these banners because they've saved up. They can spend on these banners. You know, maybe they pulled Goku and Krillin. They're like, okay, what can I do now? I haven't summoned since New Year's, so I have maybe Orange Piccolo. You know, I pulled the STR banner unit Piccolo for Worldwide, or I just pulled them on like a random banner. You know, things like that. And it's like, okay, well, here's the team that you can run now if you've only summoned on like these major banners, and this is kind of how you can perform. So, of course, all of these are no item runs. My philosophy is that if I can get these done with no items at, well, you know, like Rainbow at 100% for most of these characters, then you guys can get it done using items, you know, at like 55 to like 79%, whatever you're at. So hopefully these videos helped you out somehow. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll try to get the Broly, well, like the movie Red Zone and the Wicked Bloodline out as soon as possible. Again, they're all recorded. I have all the footage done. It's just a matter of getting in here and editing these and throwing like OSTs and commentary on all of them, so try to get those out as fast as I can. This weekend's going to be slow, though, because I have family in town, but I think I'm going to be able to get this one up at least, so hopefully, you know, this satiates your desires for Goku footage until I can get more out. I do have other videos coming out, so be sure to check those out. If you haven't subscribed yet, you know, please consider doing that. I like to post a lot of Dokkan content here, try to do a lot of community interaction. You know, I really do take you guys, like, I do read those polls, and I do take what, like, you're voting into them into consideration whenever I'm, like, thinking about what the community thinks about characters. That way I can kind of compare myself against that. So thank you for those of you who vote in polls. Thank you for everybody who watches my shorts and comments, likes the videos, shares them, everything like that. Really appreciate all of you. We're going to finish up Omega here, and we're going to be done with the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.